They say it's the pepper that makes her stew unforgettable. Others say it's the firewood smoke. But one boy, a boy who ran errands for her, said something else. She always smiled before she stirred the pot, and whenever someone went missing, she sold more soup. That's when we started digging into the story of Mama F and the kitchen that fed a whole village. The village was called Umibil, nestled deep in southern Nigeria, where the red dust never settles, and secrets are buried deeper than graves. It was a quiet place, no electricity, no running water, just the distant sound of goats, transistor radios, and mothers shouting children's names from clay courtyards. But Umibil had a name that traveled beyond its dusty roads, not for farming, not for history, but for one small thing. Mama F's stew. People came from neighboring villages, on foot, just to taste it. Her pepper soup was legend. Her ogbono. Divine. Even Lagos boys doing NYSC in the nearest town would say, if you haven't eaten Mama F's goat meat, have you really lived? They just didn't know. Mama F was in her early 60s. She wore heavy wrappers, beads, and always had white chalk on her left cheek. She rarely spoke, but when she did, people listened. Her cooking spot was just beside her compound, an open space with 3 giant black pots boiling over wood. Smoke constantly poured into the sky like a permanent cloud above her roof. She sold food only at night. She didn't use fridges, yet the meat was never stale. She didn't allow anyone into her cooking area. Not even her errand boys. She once slapped a girl who tried to lift the pot lid. Don't ever touch my pot. Nobody questioned her. Ikena, 11 years old. Quiet. Used to help fetch firewood. He was last seen dropping a basket of dry sticks at Mama F's backyard. By morning, he was gone. His mother screamed through the streets, barefoot and bleeding, knocking on doors, begging for help. The village search party went out for days. They checked the stream, the farms, even the palm bush. Nothing. That night, Mama F made her biggest pot of soup yet. People still remember. That ogbono. I've never tasted anything like it, one old man said. The meat was soft, sweet. No fat, no bone, just tender. They didn't know Ikena's mother was still sitting in the shrine, wailing. After Ikena, it became a pattern. Every few months, someone would vanish. Mostly young boys. Mostly poor. Mostly errand children that worked odd jobs. And strangely, each time someone went missing, Mama F's pot grew bigger. Her meat servings multiplied. She stopped selling 1 wrap of fufu, she started offering 3. People whispered. Of course they whispered. But no one dared confront her. She's a widow. She's helped this village more than the chief. How dare you accuse Mama F? Besides, there was no proof. Only coincidence. Until the NYSC girl arrived. Her name was Amoka, fresh from Nsaka. Posted to Umibil to teach English. Young, curious, and very observant. She always bought food from Mama F in her first week, like everyone else. She even praised the soup in her diary. I swear this is the best stew I've tasted since I was born. But then she started noticing things. One night, she stayed back to charge her phone with a local generator. Around 1:30 am, she passed Mama F's backyard, and saw firelight glowing. Curious, she peeked over the wall. And what she saw was burned into her memory forever. Mama F was stirring a pot. There were no goats around. No meat store. But beside her were black plastic bags, and a large, human-shaped form wrapped in palm fronds. She backed away in fear. The next day, she didn't eat from Mama F's stand. 2 days later, she disappeared. 3 weeks after Amoka vanished, a hunter named Odegu stumbled into the village, weak and half-conscious. He had been missing for 9 days. Everyone assumed he had been eaten by wild animals. But his story It showed the bones of even the bravest elders. I was trapped in the forest. I found an old mud hut and slept there. At night, I saw fire from a distance, and I followed it. I saw a woman boiling meat, but when I looked closely, the meat had a tattoo. A rose. I remembered that rose. It was on that NYSC girl's wrist. The council laughed it off. Too much bush madness, they said. Forest fever. But the story was now out. And it couldn't be erased.